Class 8 NCRT Social Science Chapter 3 Minerals and Power Resources. Kriti was visiting Sukant in his native place near Dhanbad. Kiri was amazed to see that large areas were black. Sukant, why is this place so black and dusty? She asked. This is because of the coal mines nearby. Do you see the trucks? They are carrying the mineral coal, replied Sukant. What are minerals? Asked Kiri. Sukant replied, have you ever seen a baker baking biscuits? The flour, milk, sugar, and sometimes eggs are mixed together while eating the baked biscuits. Can you see these ingredients separately? Just as in the biscuits, there are a number of things that you cannot see. Rocks on this earth have several materials called minerals mixed in them. These minerals are scattered throughout the earth's rocky crust. A naturally occurring substance that has a definite chemical composition is a mineral. Minerals are not evenly distributed over space. They are concentrated in a particular area or rock formations. Some minerals are found in areas which are not easily accessible, such as the Arctic Ocean bed and Antarctica. Minerals are formed in different types of geological environments. Under varying conditions, they are created by natural processes without any human interference. They can be identified on the basis of their physical properties, such as color, density, hardness, and chemical composition, and chemical properties such as solubility. The salt in your food and graphite in your pencil are also minerals. Now, the types of minerals. There are over 3,000 different minerals on the basis of composition. Minerals are classified mainly as metallic and non-metallic minerals. The metallic minerals are further classified into ferrous and non-ferrous minerals. Do you know? A rock is an aggregate of one or more minerals, but without definite composition of constituents of mineral. Rocks from which minerals are mined are known as ores. Although more than 2,800 types of minerals have been identified, only about 100 are considered ore minerals. Those rocks which are mined to derive the minerals are known as ores. So, metallic minerals contain metal in raw form. Metals are hard substances that conduct heat and electricity and have characteristics like luster or shine. Iron ore, bauxite, and manganese ore are some examples. Some examples of metallic minerals. Metallic minerals may be ferrous or non-ferrous. Ferrous minerals like iron ore, manganese, and chromite contain iron. A non-ferrous mineral does not contain iron but may contain some other metal such as gold, silver, copper, or lead. Non-metallic minerals do not contain metals like limestone, mica, gypsum are examples of such minerals. The minerals fuels like coal, petroleum are also non-metallic minerals. Minerals can be extracted by mining, drilling, or quarrying. Extraction of minerals. Mining can be of two types. open cast mining, and mining. The other method of extraction are drilling and quarrying. The process of taking out minerals from rocks buried under the Earth's surface are called, called mining. So, the process of taking out minerals from the rock buried under the Earth's surface is called mining. Minerals that lie at shallow depth are taken out by removing the surface layer, and this is known as open cast mining. The bores called shaft have to be made to reach mineral deposits that lie at great depth, and this is called shaft mining. Petroleum and natural gas occur far below the Earth's surface. Deep wells are bored to take out. This is called drilling. Minerals that lie near the surface are simply dug out by a process known as quarrying. You can always tell if a rock contains copper because then the rock looks blue in color. Distribution of minerals. Minerals occur in different types of rocks, some found in igneous rocks, some in metamorphic rocks, while others occur in sedimentary rocks. Generally, metallic minerals are found in igneous and metamorphic rock formations. So, the metallic minerals are found in igneous and metamorphic rock formations that form large plateaus. Iron ore in North Sweden, copper and nickel deposits in Ontario, Canada, iron, nickel, chromites, and platinum in South Africa are examples of minerals found in igneous and metamorphic rocks. Sedimentary rock formations of plains and young fold mountains contain non-metallic minerals like limestone. So the sedimentary rock formations of plain and young fold mountains contain non-metallic minerals like limestone. Limestone deposits of Caucasus region of France, manganese deposits of Georgia and Ukraine, and phosphate beds of Algeria are some examples of non-metallic minerals. Minerals, fuels such as coal, petroleum are also found in the sedimentary strata. Asia, China and India have large iron ore deposits. The continent produces more than half of the world's tin. China, Malaysia, Indonesia are among the world's leading tin producers. China also leads in production of lead, antimony, and tungsten. Asia also has deposits of Asia also has deposits of manganese, bauxite, nickel, zinc, and copper. Europe. Europe is the leading producer of iron ore in the world. The countries with large deposits of iron ore are Russia, Ukraine, Sweden, and France. Minerals deposits of copper, lead, zinc, manganese, and nickel are found in Eastern Europe and European Russia. North America. The mineral deposits in North America are located in three zones: the Canadian region, north of the Great Lakes, the Appalachian region, the mountain ranges of the West. Iron ore, nickel, gold, uranium, copper are mined in the Canadian Shield. Coal in the Appalachians region, Western Cordilleras have vast deposits of copper, lead, zinc, gold, and silver. Switzerland has no known mineral deposits in it. South America. Brazil is the largest producer of high grade iron ore in the world. Chile and Peru are leading producers of copper. Chile and Peru, leading producers of copper. Brazil and Bolivia are among the world's largest producers of tin. South America also has large deposits of gold, silver, zinc, chromium, manganese, bauxite, mica, platinum, asbestos, and diamond. Mineral oil is found in Venezuela, Argentina, Chile, Peru, and Colombia. Africa. Africa is rich in mineral resources. It is the world's largest producer of diamonds, gold, and platinum. South Africa, Zimbabwe, and Zaire produce a large portion of the world's gold. The other minerals found in Africa are copper, iron ore, chromium, uranium, cobalt, and bauxite. Oil is found in Nigeria, Libya, and Angola. Australia. Australia is the largest producer of bauxite in the world. Bauxite in the world. It is a leading producer of gold, diamond, iron ore, tin, and nickel. It is also rich in copper, lead, zinc, and manganese. Kalgoorlie and Coolgardie areas of Western Australia have the largest deposits of gold. Antarctica. The geology of Antarctica is sufficiently well known to predict the existence of a variety of mineral deposits, some probably large, sometimes significant size of deposits of coal in the Transantarctic Mountains and iron near the Prince Charles Mountains of East Antarctica is forecasted. Iron ore. Iron ore, gold, silver, and oil are also present in commercial quantities. Uses Uses of minerals. Minerals are used in many industries. Minerals which are used for gems are usually hard. There are then set These are then set in various styles for jewelry. Copper is another metal used in everything from coins to pipes. Silicon used in the computer industry. Silicon used in the computer industry is obtained from quartz. Aluminium obtained from its ore bauxite is used in automobiles and airplanes, bottling industry, buildings, and even in kitchen cookware. Because this aluminium is lighter in weight. Conservation of minerals. So, to conserve anything or minerals, the best thing is to reuse, reduce, and recycle. Conservation of minerals. Minerals are a non-renewable resource. It takes thousands of years for the formation and concentration of minerals. The rate of formation is much smaller than the rate at which humans consume these minerals. It is necessary to reduce wastage in the process of mining. Recycling of metals is another way in which the mineral resources can be conserved. Power resources. Power or energy plays a vital role in our lives. We also need power for industry, agriculture, transport, communication, and defense. Our resources may be broadly categorized as conventional and non-conventional resources. Conventional resources. Conventional sources of energy are those which have been in common use for a long time. been in common use for a long time. Firewood, fossils, fuels, fossil fuels are the two main conventional energy sources, though there are many others. Firewood, now firewood. It is widely used for cooking and heating. In our country, more than 50% of the energy used by villagers comes from firewood. Remains of plants and animals which were buried under the earth for millions of years got converted by the heat and pressure into fossil fuels. Fossil fuels such as coal, petroleum, natural gas are the main sources of conventional energy. Oil, natural gas, firewood, coal, hydel power are conventional sources of energy because they are in use by man from a long time. Oil. So, what is the advantage and disadvantage of oil? It's easier to transport by tankers. Basis of petrochemical industry. Okay, this is the basis for the petrochemical industry. And what is the disadvantage? Depletion of oxygen due to oil spillage and gas leakage. Pollutants released cause acid rain. Exploration of new fuel is not easy. Okay, natural gas. What is the advantage? Easier to transport through pipelines, cleaner than oil and coal, cheaper than oil. What is the advantage of firewood? It is easy to access, provides energy to a large number of people. And what is the disadvantage? Collection is time consuming, polluting, promoting greenhouse effect, deforestation. Coal. Advantage is that it is extensively available, efficient conversion to electricity, and the disadvantage is it pollutes and it is the polluting source. Bulky to transport. It is very bulky to transport. That is why the industries which need coal are situated near to the coal field. Hydropower. Advantage. Non-polluting, promotes irrigation and fishing. It's cheap to use. And what is the disadvantage? Displacement of local community. When the hydel power is set up, it displaces the community, inundates low-lying regions. It's expensive to set up, though the use is cheaper, but the setup of this hydropower plants are expensive. The reserves of these minerals are limited. The rate at which the growing world population is consuming them is far greater than the rate of their formation, so these are likely to be exhausted soon. Now, coal. This is the most abundantly found fossil fuel. It is used as a domestic fuel in industries such as iron and steel, steam engines, and to generate electricity. Electricity from coal is called thermal power. The coal which we use today, which we are using today, was formed millions of years ago when giant ferns and swamps got buried under the layers of earth. Coal is ferns means all those vegetation without flowers. Coal is therefore referred to as buried sunshine. The leading coal producers of the world are China, USA, Germany, Russia, South Africa, and France. The coal producing areas of India are Raniganj, Jharia, Dhanbad, and Bokaro in Jharkhand. So, these four in Jharkhand. Now, petroleum. The petrol that keeps your car running, as well as the oil that keeps your cycle from squeaking, both began as a thick black liquid called petroleum. It is found between the layers of rocks and is drilled from oil fields located in offshore and coastal areas. This is then sent to refineries, which process the crude oil and produce a variety of products like diesel, petrol, kerosene, wax, plastics, and lubricants. Petroleum and its derivatives are called black gold. Petroleum and its derivatives because as they are valuable. The chief petroleum producing countries are Iran, Iraq, Saudi Arabia, and Qatar. The other major producers are USA, Russia, Venezuela, and Algeria. The leading producers in India are Tipui in Assam, Bombay High in Mumbai, and the deltas of Krishna and Godavari. Tipui in Assam, Bombay High in Mumbai, and deltas of Krishna and Godavari rivers. Now the natural gas. Natural gas is found with petroleum deposits and is released when crude oil is brought to the surface. It can be used as a domestic and industrial fuel. Russia, Norway, UK, and the Netherlands are the major producers of natural gas. In India, Jaisalmer, Krishna Godavari Delta, Tripura, and some areas offshore in Mumbai have natural gas resources. Very few countries in the world have sufficient natural gas reserves of their own. The sharp increase in our consumption of fossil fuels has led to their depletion at an alarming rate. The toxic pollutants released from burning these fuels are also a cause for concern. Unchecked burning of fossil fuel is like an unchecked dripping tap, which will eventually run dry. This has led to the tapping of various non conventional sources of energy that are cleaner alternatives to fossil fuels. So we are shifting to non conventional sources. Now, hydropower. Do you know Norway was the first country in the world to develop hydroelectricity? Hydropower. Rainwater or river water stored in dams is made to fall from heights. The falling water flows through pipes inside the dam over turbine blades placed at the bottom of the dam. The moving blades then turn the generator to produce electricity. This is called hydroelectricity. The water discharged from the generation of electricity is used for irrigation. One fourth of the world's electricity is produced by hydropower. The leading producers of hydropower in the world are Paraguay, Norway, Brazil, and China. Some important hydropower stations in India are Bhakra Nangal, Gandhi Sagar, Arjun Sang, Arjuna Sagar, Damodar Valley projects. Now, the non conventional sources of energy. The increasing use of fossil fuels is leading to its shortage. It is estimated that if the present rate of consumption continues, the reserves of these fuels will get exhausted. Moreover, their use also causes environmental pollution. Therefore, there is need for using non-conventional sources such as solar energy, wind energy, tidal energy, which are renewable. Solar energy. Solar energy, sun's heat and light energy can be felt by us every day. Solar energy derived from the sun can be used in solar cells to produce electricity. Many of these cells are joined into solar panels to generate power for heating and lighting purpose. The technology of using solar energy benefits a lot of tropical countries that are blessed with abundant sunshine. Solar energy is also used in solar heaters, solar cookers, dryers, besides being used for community lighting and traffic signals. So here we can see the advantage and disadvantage of solar energy. Solar energy advantages it's inexhaustible and non-polluting, and its disadvantages are it's expensive to set up and diffuse source so gets wasted. Now wind energy advantages. It's most of the non-conventional energy has same advantages, like these are non-polluting, these are cheaper to use, though the setting up first time when it's set up it is expensive, but its use is cheaper. Low cost production of electricity once set up, safe and clean. What is the disadvantage? Wind energy makes the moving turbine, the moving fans produce a noise pollution. Windmills costly to set up, and this windmill produces noise also, disturbs radio and TV reception, harmful to birds. Birds can get uh, wounded by these windmill fans. Tidal energy advantage, it's non-polluting, inexhaustible, and the disadvantages destroys wildlife habitat, because to set up we have to clear the area and difficult to harness. Non-conventional sources of energy. Okay, this is natural energy and biogas. The natural energy has advantage like emits large amount of energy. Sorry, this nuclear energy once set up, this is the most cheaper and very easily can be used and provide a huge amount of energy. And the disadvantage is it generates radioactive waste. This is the major problem, and it's expensive to set up. And biogas, its advantage is the same: low cost, easy to operate, make use of the bio waste. And disadvantage is that it causes greenhouse effect, because the biogas produces the gases like methane. Now geothermal energy, the advantage is eco-friendly and always available, and disadvantage is located far away from cities and so costly to transport the electricity. Now wind energy. Wind is an inexhaustible source of energy. Windmills have been used for grinding grain and lifting water since times immemorial. In modern time, windmills, the high-speed winds rotate the windmill, which is connected to a generator to produce electricity. Wind farms having clusters of such windmills are located in coastal regions and in mountain passes, where strong and steady wind blows. Wind farms are found in Netherlands, Germany, Denmark, UK, USA, Spain are noted for their wind energy production. Now nuclear power. Nuclear power is obtained from energy stored in the nuclei of atoms of naturally occurring radioactive elements like uranium and thorium. These fuels undergo nuclear fission in nuclear reactors and emit power. The greatest producers of nuclear power are USA and Europe. In India, Rajasthan and Jharkhand have large deposits of uranium. Thorium is found in large quantities in the monazite sands of Kerala. The nuclear power stations in India are located in Kalapakkam in Tamil Nadu, Tarapur in Maharashtra, Rana Pratap Sagar near Kota in Rajasthan, Narora in Uttar Pradesh, Kaiga in Karnataka. Geothermal energy. Heat energy obtained from the earth is called geothermal energy. The temperature in the interior of the earth rises steadily as we go deeper. Sometimes this heat energy may surface itself in the form of hot springs. This heat energy can be used to generate power. Geothermal energy in the form of hot springs have been used for cooking, heating and bathing for several years. USA has the world's largest geothermal power plants followed by New Zealand, Iceland, Philippines, Central America. In India, the geothermal plants are located in Manikaran in Himachal Pradesh, Puga Valley in Ladakh. So here in this picture it is shown that geothermal energy in Manikaran and this first one, and cooking food with the help of geothermal energy. This is something cooking here. Now tidal energy. The first tidal energy station was built in France. Tidal energy. Energy generated from tides is called tidal energy. Tidal energy can be harnessed by building dams at narrow openings of the sea. During high tide, the energy of the tides is used to turn the turbine installed in the dam to produce electricity. Russia, France, and the Gulf of Kutch in India have a huge tidal mill farms. Now, biogas. This is the picture of the biogas. What we do is to create a biogas. All that waste materials, all that organic waste are here, and once they are decomposed, the gases used to come out from here, and we can use this for various purposes. Biogas. Organic waste such as dead plant and animal material, animal dung, and kitchen waste can be converted into a gaseous fuel called biogas. The organic waste is decomposed by bacteria in biogas digesters to emit biogas, which is essentially a mixture of methane and carbon dioxide. Biogas is an excellent fuel for cooking and lighting and produces huge amount of organic manure each year. Energy is everywhere, but we can see that harnessing this energy is both difficult as well as costly. Each one of us can make a difference by not wasting energy. Energy saved is energy generated. Act now and make brighter near future. Now this exercise, which one of the following is not a characteristic of minerals? So they are created by natural processes. Yes. One second. Yes, they have a definite chemical composition. Okay, they are inexhaustible. Their distribution is uneven. Is okay. They are inexhaustible is not a characteristic of minerals. They can get exhausted, like petroleum and coal. They are minerals, and we are just thinking about an alternative, because once petroleum will run out, what will we do? Which one of the following is a leading producer of copper in the world? So which is the leading producer? Chile. Which one of the following practices will not conserve LPG in your kitchen? Soaking the dal for some time before cooking it. Yes, this is a good one thing. Cooking food in a pressure cooker. This is good. Keeping the vegetables chopped before lighting the gas for cooking. Okay. Not conserve LPG. So cooking food in an open pan kept on low flame. So this is the answer.